Good morning, everyone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a few more minutes before I start the presentation. Uh, Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and type them into the chat box. The way that this is going to work is as soon as I start, I'm going to go over how to um, do a certain thing inside of call text. So today I already know what I'm going to be covering. It's going to be dealing with setting up a virtual number and navigating through all the settings. But at the end, after I go through that, I'm going to open it up to Q&A. So if you have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat box. And then during the training that I'm going through, you can also ask then, so that once I'm done with that at the end, I'll have those questions there for me to go ahead and answer for you guys. Okay. So again, I'm going to give it a few more minutes. Any questions that you have, go ahead and ask them. And if you guys can you go ahead and let me know that you can hear me just fine? Just type in the chat box, I can hear you, just so that I know everything sounds good. Okay, awesome. Awesome, cool. Cool. Okay, guys, so just a few more minutes and then we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Um, so again, this is just uh, for anyone that is interested in the program or anyone that already has the program. So the question that you can ask is, it can be anything, guys. It can be asking you how to set something up, asking me to show you how to implement something for your business. So if you have a question on how to do something and if the program can actually do what you need it to do, you can go ahead and ask, and then I can go ahead and walk you through it and show you how I can set it up to work for your specific business needs, okay? But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and then, okay. And if you guys can just go ahead and type in the chat box letting me know that you can see my screen, so that we can go ahead and move forward. Cool. Okay, awesome. Okay, so again, like I said, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and walk you guys through getting a virtual number and then navigating through all the different settings, as far as, setting up call forwarding, setting up the dialing inside of the program, and then also setting up voicemail settings and things like that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do right here, we're in the dashboard. So as soon as you log in, this is the page you're going to see. And where we're going to go is to virtual numbers, the virtual number tab. Okay. And then once I go into this tab right here, um, it's going to give me my list of numbers that I already have. So for this one, I only have main number. Okay. So what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to go ahead and click Add Virtual Number. Okay. And then for those of you that already have the program, this is going to look very familiar because this is the first step you have to go through when setting up your account. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and look for a number. So I can choose between local and toll free. These are the vanity numbers, the 888, 800 numbers, things like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and do a local for now. And I'm gonna search by area code, and I'm gonna hit search. And then I'm going to just come through and just pick a number that I like. So let's just go ahead and click on this one right here and hit pick. And then I'm going to give it a name or a label. So live presentation number, save. Okay. So now I have my new phone number. Okay. So again, getting phone numbers is as easy as that. Your membership comes with 5 local numbers. So you won't get charged for adding another number until you hit that 5-number mark. So as soon as you get your 6th one, it'll charge you an additional $3 a month for every additional number. But anyway, so again, you have up to 5 local numbers. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go inside of the presentation number. Okay, guys, and the reason why I'm going to go over this is because there's a lot of people asking, how do I set up my phone numbers? Where do we go to watch the replays? Malik. What I'm going to do is at the end, once I'm done with this this part right here, right before the Q&A, I'll go ahead and grab that link for you to so that you can go and watch previous ones. Okay. So anyway, so people are asking, how do I set this up for my virtual number? How do I set up call forwarding, voicemails, things like that? So that's what I'm going to do right now is just walk you through that and set it all up for you. So the first thing I want to show you is if you already have a number that has a lot of settings that you want to use for your next phone number or your additional phone number, what you can do is you can actually copy the settings from a different number that you've already set up. Okay, so if I wanted to copy my other phone number, which is this main number, all I have to do is click this copy settings from, and what the system will do is go and grab all the settings from the other number and paste them here. And so this new number will just take the settings from the other one. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now, but that's just for those of you that buy a lot of numbers, and most of the same most of the settings are going to be the same for all of your phone numbers. You can do that. So copy from and then go back and edit and change the few settings that you need to change. Okay, so that's the copy settings from feature. Again, if you want to change the name of your phone number, you can just come over here to the label and change it right there. Just make sure that you hit save, or I'm sorry, update once it's done. Okay. Now, guys, for virtual numbers, there's 3 main settings. You have the option to send every call directly to voicemail. You have the option for it to go to the web app. What that means is when someone calls in, the dialer pops up in front of you, and then you have the option to answer or hang up. And then the go-to web app, once it's done ringing, you can set the amount of time, the length of time that you want it to ring for. And then let's just say you set it for 10 seconds. After 10 seconds, it'll go to voicemail. Okay, that's if you have it set to go to web app. Okay, and then Malik, Jimmy just posted the link for those replays. Thank you, Jimmy. If you want to go and if you want to copy that link. Okay. Anyways, so again, we have go straight to voicemail, the web app, and then we have the forward to number setting. Okay, so this is if you want to have a bunch of numbers that you want all forwarding to your cell phone number, you can have your virtual number forward to your cell phone number. Okay, but right now we're going to go ahead and set up the settings for voicemail, and then we'll go into forwarding. Okay, so what we can do, exclusive number, what that means is if you mark it as exclusive, once you have agents, those agents won't be able to use that number. That's what exclusive means. Okay, so if I were to come up here to this little dial right here, and I wanted to, and I clicked right here, so this is allowing me to call from a different phone number. If you had an agent that were to come on and you marked this number as exclusive, it wouldn't show up for them. Okay, so that's what that exclusive means. Now ringtone, we have pre-installed 10 different ringtones for you guys. You can also upload your own. But again, you can just choose from the 10 that we already have in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just click on that one. Voicemail timeout in seconds. Once you set the time that you want to make sure that you click that little checkbox, okay, so that it'll take effect once you set it up to go to the web app. And then browser push notifications. What that means is when you click on that, let's say I was navigating away and I were to go to google.com or whatever, and I was surfing the web, but I still had the program open. What that means is when someone calls, there's going to be a little pop-up down here in the right-hand corner that says you have a new call coming in, and it'll allow you to answer or hang up. Okay, so that's what that is right there. So the browser push notification. Okay. Call forward settings. We'll get back to this once I go into the call forward settings. But right now, so let's go ahead and go to voicemail settings. Now, for voicemail settings, you have two different options. You either have the option to type in what you want the system to dictate for you. So, for example, I can say, "Hello, thank you for calling. I can't get to the phone right now. Please leave me a detailed message." Okay, and then so what I'm telling the system to do is to say this text. So whenever someone calls in and goes to voicemail, the program has that voice that it'll read to the person, and it'll read them this greeting right here. Okay, so that's one option. We also have the option to just play a file. Okay, so if I wanted to upload a pre-recorded voicemail audio, I can do that, or I could record straight from the program itself. Okay, so all I would do is click this record button and then save it there. Okay. Anyways, but I'm gonna go ahead and leave it to just say text. The next options that we have is caller tagging and message tagging. What this is we have it set up to where if someone were to if someone were to call in, the program can automatically tag that phone number and that contact with a specific tag. Okay, this is going to be useful for those of you that do any type of direct mail marketing. So, for example, if you send out letters to people with one of your virtual numbers on it, once they call in the last training, I showed you guys that the program can actually automatically create a contact for you when someone calls in. Well, what this feature does, it allows you to automatically tag that person with a specific tag. So let's just say you have several different marketing pieces and you sent out the blue marketing piece. You can create a tag that's called a blue marketing piece. So anytime someone calls into that piece, it automatically tag them. So then later on, when you want to do some analytical research and stuff like that to figure out how well your pieces did, you can go back and see, okay, so I sent out this many mail pieces and this many people were tagged. So how many people called from this mailing? Okay, so this allows you to kind of track all the different marketing that you do. Okay. And then the same thing goes for messaging. Okay, so you can set up another tag that's called blue letter message. So if you if you send out a mail piece and on there it said text in to get your free offer or whatever, and then they sent a text message to this phone number, it can automatically tag them too. So then you can see, okay, so out of the people that called in, how many of them sent me a message and things like that. Okay, guys. So what this does is just allows you to get very detailed as far as your tracking results go. Okay. So if I wanted to, I can set up seller leads for if someone calls in, and I'll just leave the message tagging blank. Okay. This next one, caller assign owner. What this does is when someone calls in, we can have the system automatically assign this contact to someone. Okay, so if someone were to call into a specific mail piece, I can say I want all of these calls to be assigned to my assistant. So later on, when I set up, follow-up campaigns so that I can call them back, I can tell the system to set up all those follow-up appointments for the owner of that contact, which is going to be my assistant. Okay, so right here it's just self. I'm the only one in the account, but if I were to add agents, they would show up right here. So if someone were to call into this number, I can assign it to, Alex1. And then if someone were to call into another number, I just send it to Alex 2, and then I can have it set up that way. Okay. But for now, I'll just leave it as do not apply. Same thing goes for messaging. So if someone messages in, you have the option to assign it to someone else. So you can have it to where, you have one specific assistant or one specific agent handling all the messages, and then the other one handling all the calls. Okay, so that's what that does for you. The next one is, so this next feature is going to be transcribe voicemail messages. So what this is the program can automatically dictate all the messages that people leave for you. So if you don't want to take time to actually listen to the voicemail, you can read what they said. Okay, so the program can transcribe those messages for you. Okay, so if I wanted to, I can check it off, and then if not, I could just leave it blank. Now I'll just check it off for now. And then the next thing inside of the voicemail settings is I can notify myself when someone leaves me a voicemail. Okay, so Alex at Alex at cellcash.com, and I'm gonna hit that little checkbox, and then I can do 888-555. Okay, and so I can, anytime someone leaves me a voicemail, I can send myself a text message and myself an email, and then you can do that for multiple emails. Okay, so you can do 2 different emails and different phone numbers. Okay, so again, those are just for notifications for voicemails. Okay, so when someone leaves you a voicemail, you can send yourself a notification. Okay, so these are forward settings. I'll go into that right now, and then call recording. So what this means is uh, if you've ever called into a company phone number, and then you hear that message at the very beginning that says, this call can be recorded for quality assurance, that's what this is. Okay, so if you're going to be recording your phone calls, you are required to play that notification. So what you would do is just click on record. Oops, come on. Oh, sorry guys. The presentation program really slows down my computer. Okay, so every time you hit record, it gives you this little warning saying that, okay, you do understand that you have to let people know that you're recording them. So you hit agree, and then right there, so we're telling the system go ahead and play the recording notification. Okay, and then right here, the recording notification, what this is you would select the file for it to play when that call happens. Okay, so when someone calls in, you can select the file, the MP3 file that you want to play once they call in. Okay, so you can record yourself, you can have your assistant do it. Again, you can select a file, or you can record it directly from inside of the program. Okay, and then the last feature, guys, is the hold music. What that is when you call someone, you have the ability to place them on hold. This is where you can choose the audio that you want it to play, whether that's a song or a jingle, or yourself speaking. You can go ahead and select that audio from here. Okay, if you don't select anything and you do put someone on hold, we do have a default audio that does play, and it comes with the system, or I'm sorry, with the program. So if you forget to put one, or you just don't have one that you want to put, you can just leave it alone, and you can just leave that default one there. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and hit update. Okay, so that was taking care of all of the voicemail settings. For call forwarding, that one's pretty simple. Let's see here. If you want to switch it to call forwarding, you would just click on that little radio button right there. And then for call forwarding, we're going to go down to, where did it go? Call forward settings. Right here is where you can tell it where to send all of your calls to. And then you can also notify yourself every time a call is forwarded. Okay. So if I wanted to, it's the same as voicemail notifications. Just put the email that you want to receive a notification to and their phone number you want to receive it to, and then make sure that you click those check boxes so that you get them. And then the last setting for forwarding is if someone were to text in to your virtual number, you can actually tell it to forward that message to a specific cell phone or to a specific phone number or a specific email. Okay, and this isn't just for the forward to number feature, because obviously if you have it set to go to web app, people can still text message or send a message into that virtual number. So that's just if anyone sends a message in general, you can forward it to your phone number or forward it to an email. Okay, and then this keyword match notification. Back in the first week of the training, I went over what keywords were. Basically, what that means is if anyone sends in a keyword to your virtual number, you can email yourself letting yourself know, hey, someone sent in a keyword. Okay. But anyway, so that's the call forwarding settings. It's pretty easy. All you have to do is click that radio button, go down to call forward settings, and then choose where you want to forward it to. Okay. All right, guys. So that's it for virtual numbers. Um, the one thing, or here's one other thing I wanted to show you. When you're gonna add, let's just say, obviously you have to get your very first number, but if you wanted to, you could, come over here and just buy your other four directly from. Here we go, search. So if I were to hit search, it'd give me this list of numbers, so I can go in and then check more than just one, and then hit pick, and then once I hit pick, I can just label them all four right away. So you don't have to go and buy one, set it up, then go back and buy another one, set it up, things like that. Okay. So that's just a cool little feature if you wanted to buy bulk phone numbers. Okay. But anyway, so that is it for the settings. Oh, one other thing, the only uh, right here, this little trash can icon right here. You can delete a phone number. So let's just say you got six and you no longer wanted to get charged for the sixth one. You can delete that number. But let's say you deleted the wrong one and you wanted to get it back. Whenever you hit that delete button, you just click on old virtual numbers and it'll give you your list of the old numbers that you have. And you have 30 days, so we'll hold on to it for 30 days for you. So within 30 days, if you want to restore that number, you can come back and restore it. But after the 30 days are up, that number will be gone and you'll have to go in and buy it, and hopefully it'll still be there. Okay. But again, you have 30 days to restore any phone numbers that you chose to get rid of. Okay. Okay, guys. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and open it up to any questions that you guys have. If you want me to show you how to do a specific thing, go ahead and ask that. And then we'll just move on from there. Okay. Yeah. So again, so any questions you have, just go ahead and type them in the chat box, and then I'll answer them for you guys. Okay, so someone asked, is there a place I can find tutorial videos of past presentations? Here, I'm gonna send it again, but Jimmy just put a link in there, but I'll put it in again too. So um, there's that link right there. If you go to it, we've had 3 presentations already, so you'll see those, and then by either tomorrow or Friday, this call that we're on right now will be on there as well. Okay. Okay, so Daniel, you're asking, is this in addition to RingCentral? This is a replacement. So RingCentral is just a phone company. Calltex is a phone company, and the CRM and all those other features, including email marketing and things like that. So if you have Calltex, you no longer need RingCentral. Okay, guys. Doesn't look like there's any questions, so I'm gonna go ahead and end the call. Uh, Again, how many texts can I send a day, Marissa? There's no limit to how many texts you can send in a day, but you do have your membership does come with a here, let me see. Your membership does come with a set amount of text messages. So again, once you get the program and you sign up, you do get a monthly amount that comes included, and that amount is 1,000 text messages, okay, and 1,000 MMSs. So So you can send as many as you want, but once you reach that limit of your monthly usage, then you just start paying for however many messages you send after that, okay? Yep. All right, guys. So again, if you have any other questions, just if at the very bottom of your program of your screen, you'll see a little help button. If you click on that, it'll open up a ticket for you to go ahead and ask any questions that you have, and then our support team can get back to you on that. Again, I posted a link for past videos and past trainings. You can always click on that to go watch those. And then besides that, we always have this call every Wednesday at 10:30. So if you want me to show you how to do something live, you can always just jump on the call, and then I can show you how to do that. Okay, guys. But anyways, I hope that today's training helped you guys, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye bye.